rationale for collaborative leadership in the classroom, in the school, and in the district. Collaboration means many different things to many people. Within classrooms today, we do recognize it as a 21st century skill. Within schools, its definition depends upon the approaches employed by administrators. In either context, we can view collaborative leadership in terms of communication, planning, and conflict management. Whether a teacher, principal, or central office administrator, every educator develops an approach based on certain assumptions that he or she holds. So, let's take a look, shall we? Let's look at two approaches that interact in a number of ways: concern for production and concern for people. In an education environment, these might mean concern for test results as production and concern for students. Imagine a classroom in which the teacher is obsessed with test scores above all else and has little concern for the comfort and warmth of students. On the other hand, imagine a school in which a principal ignores test scores but goes to great lengths to make sure teachers have everything they want. Being in a leadership position does not guarantee success. For example, someone with extremely high concern for results, but who ignores human needs, is likely to be somewhat of a bully. We can easily see the results of this my way or the highway approach. On the other hand, someone with extremely high concern for human needs, but who ignores results, is likely to be somewhat of a pushover. Again, we can easily see the results of this kindness untempered by tough intelligence solves few human problems. Someone with extremely low concern for human needs and who also ignores results is likely to be quite detached from reality. Again, we can easily see the results of this laissez-faire approach. Very few of us actually function in these three extremes on a regular basis. Most of us are somewhere in the middle. We try to maintain a healthy mix of both factors, production and people. On the other hand, there are problems with compromise as a standard approach. For example, if we look up the term compromise in a good dictionary, we find more negative definitions than positive ones. That gets us to thinking about things, doesn't it? In this environment, we often confuse busyness with true achievement. We can do better. We can insist on legitimate teamwork. We can seek consensus. However, here we need to pause for another definition. Consensus within this framework does not necessarily mean unanimity. However, it is far better than a simple majority rule of compromise. Here's an example. A group of 9 people make a 5-4 decision and then try to implement it. The minute a problem arises, the 5-4 decision is no longer strong enough to be maintained. The commitment to that decision is most likely lukewarm at best. On the other hand, a 7-2 decision is likely to generate enough support to move on. Though not unanimous, there could be enough of a consensus to implement. So now let's look at a few key factors within the framework of this definition. How we look at authority makes a huge difference in how we function. The term authoritarian implies heavy-handedness. On the other hand, the term authoritative implies knowledge and experience upon which decisions can be made. Often we need to differentiate between the two in how we function with others on a team. We also need to differentiate between participative and permissive. The best teachers are participative without sacrificing their legitimate leadership. The same can be said of principals and other administrators. Is top-down bad? It's so easy to confuse top-down and autocratic. Autocratic bullies don't belong in education, whether in the classroom, the principal's office, or the superintendent's office. They drive the most effective people away, figuratively if not literally. On the other hand, extreme permissiveness tends to generate an atmosphere of lack of trust in leadership, especially in difficult times, financial or otherwise. Intervention is sometimes an essential function of leadership at all levels, classroom, school, and district. Exceptions do need to be managed. Goal-driven systemic change is possible only when effective leadership is applied throughout the school system. Let's define a goal and then apply these concepts to the achievement of that goal. One essential goal is to ensure that all high school graduates will have experienced online learning in a manner reflecting the expectations of higher education. This goal cannot be achieved only through System 1, teachers. It requires System 2 leadership, school-based, and System 3 support, district. Effective communication, planning, and conflict management are essential. They will not simply fall into place. Effective teamwork is the best way to achieve this goal and others. Effective teamwork is much more than getting together to discuss a goal. Instrumentation is often helpful and in some cases essential. A pre-work consensus format can often result in legitimate consensus, enough support to move on. This presentation will be the focal point of the next forum, this next discussion forum in our course. See you online.